Okay, honestly, I might just keep this account to, like, communicate with my Tucson homies and to post Pisces memes. Or not just Pisces memes, but Zodiac memes. Also, I have not been smoking weed because I have been reconciling with the fact that in my past life I was a drug addict. Hashtag Pisces, intercarnational framework. But that I didn't drink a bunch, and so recently I've been just I recognize this. I've just been substituting marijuana with tequila and wine. But I'm okay with that because it's like the day's done. Because in my last life, I was like, I need drugs in order to make art. And now I'm like, no, that's done. I did it, and I was clear, and I was in my clear channel. And now I'm just hanging out. And when you're just hanging out, you can just, like, eat pickles or drink tequila. You know what I mean. Why does it take the pickle away when I go to drink? That's silly. What the... Whoa, you can, like, really go into that jar. It's so funny how we humans have created so many fun things. Okay, it's gonna disappear because I'm gonna take a drink of tequila. It's so weird that it does that, but okay. Anyway, one of my besties messaged, oh shit, everything's fine, messaged me today and told me this was a thing from Pornhub. Which makes sense why I thought it was kinky, because it is kinky. I mean, how could this not be kinky? Anyway. I am feeling... You guys, you folks, you all... It's silly that I'm still in this... No, I'm not going to judge myself. I'm just going to state that I would really love to finally, like, totally evolve out of gendered catch-alls. It's just so unnecessary. It annoys me. Anyway, what was I going to say? I have it. It's right here. It's just... Okay, it is super true that last video only catches 12 seconds, not 15 seconds. I finally timed it. Anyway, what I was going to say is I think I just posted on my other account and not on this account, but I'm going to give you his name. Hold on one second. I have my little journal, one of my 15,000 journals right here. Philip Matthews. Philip with one L. Philip Matthews. Philip Matthews. Wow. Wow. One of those poets. Okay, here's the thing about art. Actually, here's the thing about quantum physics. Here's the thing about quantum entanglement. Is that, well, and ether and spirit and just everything, right? Like, we're all connected, and the way that is that, well, and ether and spirit and just everything, right? Like, we're all connected, and the way that, I don't know where that cut off because 3 seconds went by without it recording because it was only 12 seconds out of it. Anyway, quantum entanglement. Okay. The idea that any particle, which is also a wave, by the way, that was born into existence at the same time is quantumly entangled, meaning it affects one another directly, not metaphorically. It's so funny because I write about this in poetry, which makes it even funnier. But the thing is about metaphor is that it's not a metaphor. It's just that it's not. It's not a metaphor. Okay? Is when I say, like, what affects me affects you. That's not a metaphor. That's Sharpie. Okay? So, and then when we consider that it is only the third dimension that is governed by the third dimension are physical beings on the earth planed, governed by the fourth dimension, which is simply time, which only governs the third dimension. Okay, so when we're talking about particles being born into existence, everything, that's not even, at the same time. It's all at the same time because it's not, there's no time outside of the third dimension. Goodness. So what I was getting at is that this poet, some artist, art does this, takes you out of ego state. And when you're out of ego state, which is simply form, flesh and blood, and then all the things associated with form and flesh and blood. But form and flesh and blood can't transcend. Only our light body transcends with form and flesh and blood. But form and flesh and blood can't transcend. Only our light body transcends. So where was I going with that? So this poet, so art can help you remember and transfer and download the consciousness of light body and travel how we are capable of traveling. Fifth dimensional consciousness is coming to this world in a big way. It is. It definitely 100% is. Which is going to help us understand that in a big way. So that's some things about science. That's what I was going to say. So with quantum entanglement, okay, when the artist, and this applies to realms beyond art, but it's particularly effective through the realm of art. When the artist is channeling and downloading the information and the consciousness into the piece, then like when you talk about meditation and a visual meditation and like seeing a piece, you're actually, if you're energetically sensitized to receiving, you're actually receiving the conscious download of the artist who is consciously downloading whatever the impetus of the image is, or words, or whatever it is, whatever the medium is. So art is this profound tool. It's like, that word doesn't even come into contact with it does, it's just stripped, but it can barely consciously come into contact with what I mean when we say that word tool. It can literally help you tap into, because then your imagination transmutes it into your experience. It only lives in here, in your imaginative recreation of it in your mind, which creates your body. So it can create for you in a dynamic relationship. The piece and you, the artist and the piece and you create this path to enlightenment. Fuck. All right, my Tucson homies. Also, I really just gotta say, like, I really miss my Tucson homies. Like, I look at my stories, and I hope you feel, like, you can feel when I'm feeling you, and I'm like, oh, and I'm just feeling you, feeling me, and feeling you in this endless little loop, and I love you all, and I miss you. I think I'm gonna, but here's the thing, is like, I'm so weird. Well, obviously, as I sit on my couch in the kitchen. But what I meant by that specifically is that sometimes I can just, like, I don't want to see people in person. I'm such a solitary little fish. But like, I conceptually miss you, and I'm hugging you, feeling you through the ether, which is the unified field, which is simply the word for quantum physics articulation of God. God X is the term I like. But it's all just the same thing. because we're all born at the same time, quantumly speaking. We're God. Who doesn't get that at this point? You get it. I know you do. You get it. We're all just particles of the same living consciousness, the unified field, ether, connected, because there is no such thing as disconnection, because we're all literally in the... You get it. I know you do. All right, every time I go to say goodbye, I talk for more than a minute, and then it's funny because my phone falls, and it's like, Sam, you're good. You're good. And I'm like, but am I though? And it's like, yeah, no, I'm good. Okay, here's what's up. I'm gonna toast some sourdough bread, and I'm gonna go to sleep. And I love my plan, and I hope you are great. And I love you, and I love me, and I love it's all one thing. And I am going to let it run out as I finish this tequila drink, and you can spy on my ass. Damn, Sam, get that booty. I like funky angled. I have weird proportions, but I love all of them.